Your first cricketing memory?
Vishwanath. Debut 1969 against Australia. That's when I really started following cricket.
A famous line of commentary you wish you'd said?
Shane Warne to Basat Ali. It was at the SCG. There was a stoppage in play because Warne and Healy were playing mind games, having a chat. And he bowled one outside the leg stump. It spun and bowled Basat Ali. And Richie Benaud said, "Would you believe it? He's done him between the legs."
What's the favorite meme you've seen of yourself?
Oh, I've seen, as a coach of India, every day there was, I had a buffet in front of me. One day my stomach would be that big. One day my face would be that big. And then, of course, all the booze in the world, that you can imagine. Whether it was rum, whiskey. Oh, I said, I wish my hotel room was filled with all that.
Of all the moments you caught on commentary, which is your favorite?
Finishes off in style, 2011.
What do you do if you come across a difficult to pronounce name on commentary?
I will look for the first name or the simpler thing, leg spinner, bowled beautifully.
The best commentary tip you've ever received?
Was again from Richie Benaud. You're paid for the content of your speech, not for the number of words you say.
Did last man Maninder Singh get an inside edge?
Of course.
Okay. Australia 2021, Australia 1985, the World Championship, or England 1986? Which one is closest to your heart?
85-21. Because I'll tell you why. 85 was because we won the World Championship, beating Pakistan. And showed the world 83 wasn't a fluke. 21 because no one has ever done it twice. I mean, leave alone, it took us 71 years to beat them. The first Asian team to beat Australia. And then again to do it is unreal. And it was probably one of the greatest series of all times.
If you could go back and change one result from your career as player or coach, which one would it be?
As coach, I wish that semi-final against New Zealand 2019 got over the same day. Unfortunate when it started raining, we had the momentum. And as a player, I thought the 87 World Cup semi-final, I think we had a better team than 83 to go and the distance and win the final in Calcutta. So that semi-final loss that hurt.
Who would have been the best Instagrammer from the 1983 squad?
Sandeep, Shrikant, the jokers in the pack.
A cricket saying that annoys you the most?
It's a disaster. All disaster, man. No one's killed or this thing. It annoys me. थोड़ी मर गया कोई, out ही हो गया या हार गया side. All disaster.
Who was your favorite commentator in your playing days?
I listened to a lot of radio. So Alan McGillivray, Brian Johnson were my absolute favorites, John Arlott. I listened to a lot of the BBC and ABC stuff.
If you could change one thing about the game at large, what would it be?
If anything, before Test cricket dies, I think it should be restricted to the top 6 playing countries. There should be 2 groups. The top 6 should play each other more often than not.
When did you last drive the Audi that you won in 1985?
About 15-20 years ago, but I'll be driving it soon now, next month.
Chris Shrikant or Sunil Gavaskar? With whom did you enjoy batting more?
Gavaskar, man. I mean, people will give their right arm or a leg to just be at the non-striker's end, and that great man is at the other end.
Who had the best moustaches in 1980s cricket?
I think I had a good one.
What's the fastest ball you've faced?
I think it was towards the end of the day's play in Antigua. I think it was Marshall bowling round the wicket with the second new ball, and he had just hit Dilip and got him out. That spell was probably the quickest I've played.
Who's the funniest opponent you've ever had?
Javed. Javed was funny. I mean, he was irritating, but he was bloody funny.
If you were a journalist at a press conference, what question would you ask Ravi Shastri, India coach?
Ravi, before you go, brilliant job, well done. Many congratulations.
If you could pick only one, would you be a commentator, a coach, or administrator?
Commentator, coach, administrator, never. Not up my street. Don't have the brains for that.
What's your favorite holiday destination?
Give me the sun, give me the sea, give me a beach.
Where were you the moment India won the 1983 World Cup final?
I was in the balcony. Very much in the balcony.
What was your most memorable wicket?
The first ball I bowled to Viv Richards in my life. And I was trembling, and this was Sabina Park, Jamaica, and Kapil threw the ball to me and I looked behind and that boundary was 50 yards. And the first ball I bowled, pitched, landed on the right area, spun, a little bit of bounce, took his glove, caught Venkat Raghavan.
Who was your first idol in sport?
Cricketing idol? The first idol in sport, I would say Muhammad Ali, Gary Sobers, and then from India, Vishwanath.
Last question, who were your best mates in your time at Glamorgan?
Oh, great team. A lot of them, Hugh Morris, Matthew Maynard, really good buddies. All of them, There's Alan Butcher, Mark's father. We would be hanging out a lot over a few beers. Yeah.